Fast food restaurants in every street corner, thousands of television shows, addicting internet sites such as Facebook and Twitter, obesity is becoming a worldwide epidemic. Americans are consuming more high-fat foods and spending less time outdoors and during partaking in physical activities. According to Leonard, people in their 50s are about 20 pounds heavier than they were in the 1970s. As a convenient point of reference, a typical car tire weighs about 20 pounds. It is difficult to read a magazine or watch TV without seeing advertisement for weight loss pills, exercise equipment, gym membership, etc. In fact, one of the most popular well-known TV shows today is The Biggest Loser, in which a group of extremely obese individuals compete in a contest to see who can lose the most weight in a certain period of time. Even though traditionally it has been considered to be someone's personal responsibility for his or her weight, today some people are putting pressure on the government to intervene. In hopes of ending the rise in obesity, they claim a junk food tax, modeled after the excise tax of tobacco and alcohol, would discourage unhealthy eating habits and help reduce the overall obesity today. Taxes on junk foods such as candy, chewing gum, chips, popcorn, pretzels, and baked goods would encourage healthy eating and lifestyles. According to Jamie Cherky, a writer for the journal Public Health Policy, a junk food tax would be used as a potential mechanism for discouraging consumption of soft drinks and snacks products that are high in calories and provide little, if any, nutritional value. Due to the widely agreed upon success of taxing cigarettes and alcohol, a junk food tax will be modeled after these excise taxes and added to the state sales tax already in effect. Increasing the price of sugar-based foods by 1% decreases the probability of a normal person for becoming obese by 2.32%. According to Cherky, a snack or soft drink tax could help narrow the gap between the disproportionate cost of healthy foods versus non-healthy foods by means of choosing the cheapest choice available. Currently, people, especially minorities, often choose the cheaper food regardless of its health benefits. So, for example, someone is more likely to choose a package or a set of 5 packaged ramen noodles for about $15 instead of choosing one meal that costs the same amount of something healthier like steak and vegetables. So a junk food tax would eliminate big price differences between healthy and non-healthy food, removing the reason to pick the unhealthy food simply because it's cheaper. In 2011, David A. Peterson, the governor of New York, proposed an 18% sales tax on non-diet soda and sugary drinks. He believed that this tax will raise around $500 million that could be used for fat-fighting health programs. Currently, because junk food is so accessible, whether it's in the grocery stores, vending machines, school cafeteria, virtually anyone can have the option to choose junk food at any time of the day. A junk food tax would not only make us more aware of what foods we shouldn't be eating and what foods are junk food, and also it would also the revenue from these junk food taxes would provide funds for necessary diet intervention programs. Proponents of the junk food tax argue that obesity causes those to become more susceptible to deadly diseases such as heart disease, stroke, cancer. With so many negative side effects of being overweight, why is there an increasing amount of people becoming obese? Recently, a clinic in Cleveland stopped hiring smokers, and the chief executive, Delos M. Coxgrove, said that if it weren't illegal, he would stop hiring obese people too. He even noted that our anti-obesity efforts have none of the urgency of our anti-smoking efforts. We should declare obesity a disease and say that we're going to help you get over it. The main factor of weight gain today is our change in environment. According to Leonard Hart, the real price of soda has fallen 33% over the last decades, where the real price of fruit and vegetables increases, and it has increased more than 40%. In order to make a real change in the high obesity levels, it requires not just a personal effort, but help from the federal government. There are larger efforts to help stop smoking than to decrease obesity, even though there are fewer problems with smoking today. Leonhardt noted, anyone who smoked in an elementary school hallway today would be thrown out of the building. But if you served an obesity-inducing federally financed meal to a kindergartner, you would fit right in. Traditionally, it has been thought that it's an individual's responsibility to maintain his or her healthy weight. However, because of our rising obesity epidemic, it is important for the government to intervene. A junk food tax modeled after the excise tax on tobacco and alcohol would raise large amounts of money for health promoting programs, reduce our overall obesity, and help the health of our nation. So, does anyone have any questions? Okay.
What do you mean by the fast food tax, and what items would you be taxing?
A fast food tax would be just a certain percentage on each item, and it would vary depending on whether it was a fast food restaurant or vending machine items, or even like from the grocery store, those packaged cookies. So they're unable to come up with a precise amount right now. It's still under discussion, but it will vary.
How much would the tax be on each item?
Yeah, they're unable right now. It's still under debate on how much that will be, but David Peterson, the governor of New York, proposed it was 18%. So, I kind of think that's a lot, but just like alcohol and tobacco, it varies. Any other questions?
How do you think people will respond to this tax?
What do you mean by how do you think people will respond?
That the price of junk food will go up. A lot of people eat junk food.
Yeah, that's one of those who are opposed to it kind of question, just because especially if all of the foods, even the cheaper, even if the unhealthy ones are increasing, then that's going to be hard for minorities to purchase both foods. But I think that first, and obviously why it isn't in effect right now, it's going to cause a lot of conflict and confusion. But as people start to get more healthy and the death rates for one of these diseases that are health related decrease, and I think people will learn to like healthier food and adapt healthier lifestyles and get used to it, like they have with the tobacco tax and the alcohol tax. Any other questions?
With the current drought situation in regards to the fruits and vegetables, it's going to be difficult, I would think. You'd have to have a huge tax increase to compensate that. When would the government decide such things?
Yeah, there has been a lot of discussion. That's one of the things they're trying to understand, because junk foods prices stay stable while crops require, obviously, non-drought. So along with the recession, they think that this will hurt a lot of the companies that produce these junk foods, or even things like fruit juices that aren't really considered healthy, even though they say 100% fruit juice. So these are all just kind of issues that they're still having to work out. But overall, I think it would be a good idea to implement. So thank you.